So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get underway. In for the first chucker, and it's Wales who take the first ball off the front. It's Maggie Clark who grabs it, a ball for Galaxy. Maggie Clark for Wales goes on the attack. Downfield she goes, down towards the 30-yard line. Her teammates just trying to clear a bit of space for her. Getting held up a little bit with a Scotland defence. Down towards the 30-yard line she goes. Mova Luke is waiting for her. She's in the number 3 shirt for Scotland. You've got Olivia Sharp up the front for Scotland, who's chasing Maggie Clark at the moment, trying to take this ball back off her. Behind her in the number 2 shirt, that's Fraser Loudon-King. Wales have lined up with Maggie Clark, Grace Hockley, I think, in the middle, and then Charlotte G at the back. And it's been won back by Scotland, and Scotland pop it out from Mova Luke to Olivia Sharp. Olivia Sharp in the middle of her red shirts at the moment, but now looks to break downfield. Aboard Minstrel. Mova Luke heads down towards the 30-yard line. Down towards the 30-yard line she goes, puts down the bounce, doesn't quite come back up for her. We can't blame the ball, that's a brand new TC Polocrosse ball, so I think it might be ground conditions. She's won it back off the floor though. Olivia Sharp, round she goes, towards the goals, bangs it through the middle of the post. It's the opening goal for Scotland. And the Watercoast scoreboard will tick over to 1-0. Right, ball in again, and it's won by Olivia Sharp. Olivia Sharp drops it back out the racket, but not deliberately, obviously. It's been won back by Wales. So Maggie Clark sets off on Galaxy again, down towards the 30-line line. Getting held up by Morva Luke as she bounces over the 30-yard line. Oh, the ball is loose, it's on the floor. Scotland have won it back. Morva Luke wins it back. Morva now just holds back a little bit on Minstrel, now tries to find a gap, heads downfield. The Wales defence is trying to slow her down as she goes down through towards the 30-yard line, pops a little pass up, it hasn't quite found the racket, it's there on the floor. The 1 and the 3 will chase after it. And it's been won back by Charlotte G in the number 3 shirt aboard Snowy. Pops it out to her number 1 in Maggie Clark. It's great, it's Hockley who comes up with it. Oh no, not so, it's Millie Taylor. It's Millie Taylor riding Blink in the number 2 shirt. So Millie Taylor, the ball the little grey with a black spot on its eye, and just slows things down in midfield.
Keep pressure, keep pressure.
Millie Taylor just looking to try and get a pass away. Oh, it hangs in the air a little bit. It's loose on the floor. She'll go back for it again. Scotland are there, fighting for it as well. That's Olivia Sharp's trying to win it back. They're fighting over it. Umpires say keep moving. It's Charlotte G who comes up with it. Charlotte G and Snowy sets off down the field. Charlotte G pops it across towards Maggie Clark. It rolls across the area, and it's going to be Maggie Clark who comes up with it. A little bit too close to the goal to let it go first time. Comes round. Morva Luke just sticks between her and the posts. And pops it up over top, and it's a goal to Wales. Levels it up at 1-1. The coaches are Chris Milburn for Scotland, who's coached in every Four Nations competition, not always for Scotland. He's also coached England to victory in this Four Nations competition. And in Wales, it's a coaching debut for Jack Brown, who's obviously played for Wales in all the Four Nations competitions to date, but this time he's on the sidelines as a coach. So it's been won by Maggie Clark for Wales. Maggie Clark in a bit of pressure from Fraser Loudon-King. Holds away from it. Umpire's just playing advantage for something. Possibly a down hit, I'm not sure, but Maggie Clark just sets off on Galaxy, twists and turns, finds a way down towards the 30-yard line, puts down the bounce, pulls it back in. Morva Luke just keeping away from that goal.
Two hands, two hands, two hands. Two hands.
Maggie Clark just working around the ponies. Galaxy and Minstrel just twisting and turning, trying to find a way round. So Maggie Clark, member of the South Shropshire branch. Morva is a member of the Beaver Hunt branch, I think. Oh, tap on the racket, the ball comes out. Umpire whistle on. What does the umpire say?
Morva, good work.
So I think it might have been a down hit, so it's going to be a free shot in front of the goal. Maggie Clark will line it up from the edge of a D.
Alright, let's get these juniors warmed up.
So in the minis competition, all these players are 12 years and under. All their ponies have to be under 13 too. So this really is a young group of players. Very talented young group of players. The standard of play in the minis has improved year on year since we started this competition. If you think back to when we first started doing Four Nations in 2015, minis definitely did not go as fast and furiously as these guys do. Ball in, knocked off the rackets, down on the floor. And it's getting knocked around. It's come up with Fraser Loudon King. Fraser Loudon King, there's a big swing, but I think it might be downwards. That is time, ladies and gentlemen, I think. It's official time, and we're on the table, but the scoreboard hoot has definitely gone, and normally they stop that running if it isn't in line with official time. So, minis are back on. And have we had any changes? I think that looks like Grace Hockley's out there for Wales, and Archie Wasdell is definitely out for Scotland because that is spotty.
Do you know if Karen sticks on yours back?
So, Wales. We've got the free throw to come. I think it's going to be a Scotland free throw going into the area, so it's going to be taken by, I think that looks like Olivia Sharp still in the number 1 shirt. So I think it's Olivia Sharp up front and Daisy will take this free throw. Pops it up to herself. Charlotte G and Snowy will wait there, but Olivia Sharp wriggles past them, lines up the shot, pops it through, levels it up for the minis at 2-all. So 2-all the score in this one in the minis match. So for Wales, you've got Maggie Clark up the front, Grace Hockley now middle on Hattie, Charlotte G at the back at number 3. For Scotland, that's Olivia Sharp and Daisy up front, Archie Wasdell at 2, and Morva Luke out the back at number 3 aboard Minstrel. And it is Morva who's got the ball, so sets off up the field, getting some attention from Grace Hockley, just turns round, looks to work her way down to the 30-yard area, pops a little pass in, pulled down by Charlotte G though. Charlotte G on Snowy, sets off across the 30-yard line. Not quite yet coming out into midfield, just holding onto the ball, avoiding the tackle of Morva Luke, and now just pops it across to number, well, no, she tried to pop it across to her number 1, but it ended up in the Scotland racket that's gone straight back into the racket of Daisy Sharp. So I'm getting my players confused here. Olivia Sharp on Daisy, I'm getting really confused. That is Olivia Sharp now in the number 1 shirt for Scotland. Olivia Sharp just working her way around against Charlotte G.
Shorten your reins. Good. Okay, get out of that corner.
Olivia Sharp just trying to find a way around, drives in towards the post, has a shot from a long way out. Goal judges wave it away, so it's going to be turnover ball to Charlotte G. 2-all the score remains.
And then I'm out of the corner.
And we will come back for a 30-yard clearing throw. So after a missed shot at goal, there's always that sort of 30-yard clearing throw that the number 3 for the other team gets to take. The number 1 will follow them out behind, but they can't interfere with the ball until it's gone more than 10 metres or before the number 3 has had at least a chance to win it back. Oh, it's not the cleanest of throws, but she's managed to win it back well. Charlotte G and Snowy set off up the field. Getting some pressure now. Olivia Sharp and Archie Wasdell, one either side of her, trying to just hold her still so that they can tackle her, but Charlotte G sets off up the field, down towards the 30-yard line. Circles away from the 30-yard line, doesn't quite think the pass is on yet to Maggie Clark, so works her way back across. Maggie Clark just trying to find some space. Now maybe the little pass will be threaded across. No, not quite yet. Still held on to. Wales just protecting this ball, knowing that if they've got the ball, Scotland can't score. Charlotte G pops it across to Maggie Clark, but Morva Luke's in the way and pulls it down well. Bounces back out into midfield, wins it back well, the number 3 for Scotland, and Minstrel set off running down the field. Maggie Clark trying to turn this ball back over, but Morva Luke just holding on to it at the moment. Down towards the 30-yard line, pops a little pass into Olivia Sharp. Olivia Sharp towards the goals, off the upright, back out, and Charlotte G will see it. So a let off for Wales, and Charlotte G wins it, pops it out to Maggie Clark, can't quite hold on to it, it's on the floor. Maggie Clark and Archie Wasdale will fight over it. Maggie Clark comes up with it. Maggie Clark now on Galaxy. Looks to set up the field. Getting chased by the Scottish defence. She's got a little bit of a lead on them, and Grace Hockley's working hard to try and slow down Morva Luke. Maggie Clark to the 30, bounces over it, pops it through the post, gets Wales back their advantage. Oh, sorry, no, levels it up. Oh, no, it doesn't. It is a Wales advantage. 3-2 the score. So, end-to-end stuff here with the minis. Lots of skills being shown by these players and riders as they ball in, and it's come out the back, so it's going to be the Freeze who fight over it. Morva Luke couldn't get it first attempt, win it for the second for Scotland now. Checks up, looks her way down towards the 30-yard line. Olivia Sharp already getting into position for a little pass. There's lots of pressure on though, and the pass when it came was a little bit heavy, and it's gone over both the players and now come out over the sideline, and we'll see what the umpire says. I think it might have been kicked off a horse, so it's going to be a neutral line-up down there. Umpire Dan Kelly will line up for 1 and the 3, I think, and throw the ball in, and they can compete for it. Tells them to come round and line up straight.
Yeah, but I haven't got it. You haven't got it? No.
Ball goes in. Charlotte G wins it on the line out. Charlotte G now sets off on Snowy towards the 30-yard line. Pops a little pass out to Maggie Clark. Doesn't quite find the racket. Loose on the floor. It's getting kicked along by the ponies. It's going to be there. Grace Hockley and Archie Wasdale will turn and race back for it. Archie Wasdale comes up with it. Archie Wasdale pops it across to his number 1, but it's been won back by Charlotte G. Charlotte G now on Snowy. Again, Charlotte G up against Olivia Sharp in this area, just holding on to this ball, protecting the ball, comes out into midfield. Now says, pops a little pass, goes to Maggie Clark, but just as the hooter goes, and Wales 3-2 up in the minis, but they'll go off and get another little break, and then come back on for their final chucker. Right, the playback on. Stop the music. It's Fraser Loudon King who's won it at the front of the line out. Heads down towards the 30-yard line. Pops it through the post, I think, for Scotland. 3-all the score. Fraser Loudon King has gone to the number 1 shirt. Archie Wasdale behind him. Morva Luke still in the number 3 shirt for Scotland. And they are 3-all now, the minis. Wales have put Millie Taylor up the front. They've got their number 2 is Grace Hockley, and their number 3 is Charlotte G. Ball in, snapped by Charlotte G at the back. Charlotte G now. Charlotte G down towards the 30-yard line, looking for a number 1 and goal scorer, Millie Taylor. Millie Taylor just trying to find some space in the area. Morva Luke just covering her up at the moment. Pops it in. Millie Taylor will mop it up off the floor. Now got to find a way around Minstrel. Across the area she goes. Takes a little bit of timber from Morva Luke and has the shot waved away. And it's going to be turnover ball, so it's going to go to Scottish number 3.
Take your time, Morva, chill.
30-yard line. Umpire Dan Kelly marks the spot.
Steady, steady, steady.
Morva Luke heads off up the field and now looking for a number 1 and goal scorer in Fraser Loudon King, who's at the moment just trying to find a bit of space around Charlotte G. Little pass popped across to Fraser Loudon King. Fraser Loudon King. Oh, as he's right out on the side. I think he's come out over the sideline. So Charlotte G gets a free throw, takes it to herself. Couldn't win it back on the floor. And now Fraser Loudon King will come in and try and win the ball off her, but Charlotte G does manage to mop it back up. So Charlotte G now for Wales in the minis. Now just looking for a way round Fraser Loudon King, who's got some pressure on at the moment. But she makes it out to the 30-yard line, puts down the bounce, can't pull it back up. No, it's rolled around in midfield and a couple of people have had a couple of bites at it, but in the end Charlotte G wins it back again.
shown to stick back. They're shown to
Charlotte G now just holds onto this ball.
Get your setup right.
Archie Wasdale just trying to put some pressure on her. Charlotte G holding onto the ball well.
We got so much ball.
Charlotte G just holding on to this ball, looking for a little pass into Millie Taylor, but at the moment the Scottish defence is working well. But now there might be a little bit of a gap. Charlotte G comes down towards the 30-yard line, but Millie Taylor not quite in position for a pass. And now again the Scottish defence will close in on Charlotte G, and Morva Luke will be able to just mark up Millie Taylor, will she? Charlotte G just looking now, a little pass threaded through, but it's rolled across the area, and it's Millie Taylor who does come up with it. Millie Taylor, a ball blink now, just will
2 hands, Morva.
hold on to this ball.
2 hands, Morva.
Trying to get herself into a good position for a shot.
Stay 2
Goes
hands.
for a little bit of a ride across the D, but
Stay 2 hands into her.
turns back again.
Nice and close. 2 hands.
Millie Taylor just working her around. Morva Luke just staying there in solid defence. Millie Taylor trying to find a way through to the goals, but Morva Luke just...
Still on the ball.
Oh, she turned over the ball briefly, but Millie Taylor's won it back. So Millie Taylor now comes in again. Looks for a big overarm over top.
Yes,
Oh, it's been waved away, so it's going to be
not too far.
turnover
Not
ball
too
to
far.
Scotland.
That'll do, Fraser. Wait there. Wait.
Oh, I love this. Right, I need to
Keep working on. Keep working on.
go back.
So Morva Luke pops it up to herself aboard Minstrel. Sets off up the field.
Go, Fraser.
So this little combination, they don't just do Polocrosse. There was a great photo of them shared on the Scotland Four Nations page of Minstrel out hunting and jumping. So very much an all-rounder pony. Down towards the 30-yard line he goes. Looking for his #1 and goal scorer on Fraser Loudon King. Fraser Loudon King couldn't pull him a pass, and then Charlotte G comes in to try and make the pick up, but the ball's come out over the sideline. That is time, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the Millie's Chucker.
Wait, just shut up, Fraser.